Warning! This podcast contains fish mooney. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for Gotham, Season 3, Episode 20, Pretty Hate Machine. I am your host, Dom. With me, we have Nikki and John.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going.
It's good.
How did you guys enjoy the penultimate episode before the 2-hour finale next week?
Everything was good except for one part.
One part?
Everything went wrong.
This is true. It's true.
Which one part?
We're all sitting there last episode and we're like, oh my god, Lee might be a better character now. No, Lee is not a better character now. She's worse.
I didn't hate Lee this episode. I don't think she's fantastic, but I didn't hate her this episode.
No, I understand how they took Lee, because like, her deepest, darkest desire, which is what the virus does, was that she really still loves Jim, and it's creepy how much she does.
She still loves Jim, but she's also like the dark side of her wants to bring out Jim's dark side. Like that is more of the what's affecting her than I think her love for Jim.
Well, she after what's his face's death, she always thought that Jim
Mario
was a darker person. Yeah, Mario. I mean, she wanted him to be outed.
Yeah, she wants him to admit his dark side.
Yeah.
She wants him to come to terms with it. Something that Jim definitely has, and Jim definitely has not come to terms with. So, no. I mean, I actually really liked this arc with Lee this episode. I like. I'm not saying Lee is amazing in this episode because I don't feel that way, but I don't feel like she was written poorly either. Like I love the story with Jim showing up at the house and wondering if she took the virus and all that, and then she basically lures him into a kind of false sense of security, even though he's still like cautious about it, and she admits everything to him, knocks him out, buries him alive, and leaves him with an hour to live or take the virus. What's your choice to escape. And she goes, I want to be with you, Jim, and this is the only way. So,
No, it's not, but okay.
No.
There was one point where she did make me giggle. It was when she was in the GCPD and they all lifted their guns at her. She's like, whoa, guys, like, down, boys, like.
Forgot how hostile you guys are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, the one scene that made me actually audibly laugh out loud was the little exchange that Hugo Strange and her had in the cells next to each other, where like Hugo just like looks at her,
he just
and then slowly just backed away, like, nope, I want no part of this.
No.
It took to her really fast though, because with Barnes and Mario, it was longer than just a day.
Right, but they had with I don't remember how Mario was infected exactly now.
In the hospital with Alice.
Right, but how exactly? Yeah.
Blood touched him.
Yeah.
That's it.
Blood touched him. Same thing with Barnes. A drop. One singular drop touched him. Lee straight up injected herself directly into her bloodstream. This is also a
Hugo Strange concoction thing, right? Or is this was from Barnes?
This was modified, but I don't think it was modified to be more potent. I think it was modified to be airborne, as opposed to skin contact only.
I think, yeah.
So I don't think the modification had any effect on how often, but the airborne, may also make it come out faster. But I think this had a lot to do with the way it was infected. Like, she shot herself directly into her bloodstream. That is affecting her immediately. It's like mercury. You know, you get a little drop on you, and it doesn't do it right away, but yeah, it poisons you.
Yeah.
You know, it's a kind of a gradual thing. But if you took mercury and injected it directly into somebody's bloodstream, you're gonna see, you know, results a lot faster. So
I guess.
Results you can measure.
yeah. So Jim ends up taking the virus, and I'm just sitting here going, okay, Jim still has some of himself, and he's got a bit of the rage, you know, and all that. But so far, we haven't seen any huge, drastic changes.
Well, he did throw his cop friends like, "Hey, it's you, Jim!" Whoosh,
well, yeah.
out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Like,
the very, very end we do.
what? Yeah.
It's a bit rude.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
Would have thrown him out of the way regardless.
Yeah. So we're left, you know, now for the whole double finale to really see the effects of this on Jim, and I like it better that way.
Oh yeah.
We're going in not
Definitely.
really knowing exactly how it's affecting him. So
They left a lot of things wide open for us, which is great.
yeah,
You know, like a lot of series, they kind of start tying things together the episode before the finale because they want to build up next season
yeah.
during the finale, which isn't really the case. They left a lot of open doors for us to speculate about for the next episode.
Well, they really closed up a lot of the storylines that we did have going, like the Court of Owls. Here, like we found the quote unquote leader, right? Is in fact the shaman, which we kind of suspected due to the meetings and stuff that we saw last week. And then we find out that Thomas Wayne solely stood against the court. It wasn't him and his wife. It wasn't Martha and Thomas. It was just Thomas. She got punished because of it and murdered. So the shaman brings Bruce in to pass judgment, and when he gives a chance for Bruce to order their death, Bruce hesitates, and the shaman just takes control, kills the whole court. Whole court.
Yeah, they're all dead.
They're all dead. Like, this thing that we've been building up for, like, 2 seasons now. Because we were pointing out little owl references and everything that we're hiding in season 2, expecting the court to show up then, and it never did. So, it's been seeded, and I'm sure there were owls in season 1 that we missed, you know?
Yeah.
And
Probably.
and this has been seeded, you know, for quite a long time, and here we are, and the court's gone.
I think they're doing exactly what you were speculating before, leading into Raj Al Ghul, because he did mention that he was going to take Bruce to meet someone.
Yeah.
And he was very excited to meet him. So I mean that's the only place my head's going. So
yeah, I definitely think it's a reference to Raj Al Ghul, but he in the shaman's dying breath, which we'll talk a little bit about in a minute. He did mention the Yuyam building and to seek out the demon's head to fulfill your destiny. I'm wondering if the demon's head is something to do with a bat, like a bat mask, or you know.
Yeah,
maybe.
and there's always like those famous like gargoyle statues on the edges of the buildings in Gotham. It's very Gothic architecture. So I immediately thought of that when he said the demon's head.
Yeah,
but it could be something more specific than that.
It's true. It's true. So, yeah, they're definitely setting up for that, and I think that we're going to find out, like, in the final moments of the finale, to find out what that actually means. But, John, correct me if I'm wrong, this is not necessarily the end of the Owls.
Oh, God, no.
No. I feel like they're more of a virus.
Well, the
virus.
The court, to my knowledge, is exclusive to Gotham, but there is an international operation,
right,
called the Parliament of Owls.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't. Whatever this leader guy thinks he's doing is not. It's probably not going to matter. I mean, I'm sure there are people above him, and he might not even know about. It's just the way the court works. They're like a roach infestation. You can't get rid of them.
Yeah,
they're always going to be there. And like, I mean, even in the comics, Batman realized that. He's like, I'm never getting rid of the court.
Yeah,
I can't. I just have to work in, alongside them in some way, and also against them in other ways. So, doesn't mean he doesn't turn up there and knock some heads around when he needs to, but.
Yeah, so I'm hoping this isn't the end of the court for the TV series, at least. I hope we get more of them, but maybe as like a smaller plot, and just have like a bit of influence as opposed to driving the main story.
Sure.
I'd love to see more influence than them rather than them as the antagonists. But yes, I'd note for those of you out there that don't know, a group of owls is actually in real life called a parliament. So, it's like a gaggle of geese and
Parliament of owls.
Yeah.
A gaggle of geese sounds ridiculous in comparison to a parliament of owls.
I don't know, like a parliament of owls. It sounds so prestigious,
It does.
One of those birds honks like an idiot every time it takes off, and the other one doesn't. So
that is true.
Well, it's the same as like a train leaving the station. It blows its whistle. So I mean, they're just being nice. They're telling you that they're leaving and coming. It's they're just being
It's just hello, all predators around me. I am now taking flight.
Please give chase. Follow me to my destination. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I disappointed a little bit with the court storyline this season. In some ways, I really liked it in others, and I'd like to see them more of just like a presence, because we had the stuff with Nigma and all that, and mentioning the court, and he's just like, yeah, they want stuff other than the underworld. They don't care about us, so let's just ignore them. After like Nigma spent this good part of the season, and that set up last season, or was it the beginning of the season? I don't remember. With
it was definitely last season.
Yeah. With Hugo Strange and all that. And like setting all that up with who runs Gotham, and it's this question that's been burning at Nigma for a while, and now that he got a very vague answer, he didn't really get any answers. He got a very vague one. He's just like, who cares? They don't want the underworld. Like, that's all he's concerned with.
Right.
So,
I don't think they're going away. I think it would be a waste if they did, because they could be, because like they were very upfront with the court this whole season. I mean, they were showing people's, at least three of the members' faces now. So I
four
feel
if
like
you count Jim.
Actually you're right.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the court, if like we're right and there's like a whole other layer to this, which there ought to be, I think they also ought to be more insidious and more in the shadows. Like we need to not see them. We just need to feel them, basically.
Yep. Yeah. So with that, Bruce he states that he wants Gotham to fall, and Gordon, Alfred, Jim, they kind of get wind of this. This is before Jim gets locked up in the buried alive tomb. And they're going around the town, the city, checking the safe houses, looking for not only Bruce but the bomb as well. This is when they find out the council's dead, and we get one still alive, and he kind of alerts them to Bruce's role in all this. And then Jim gets distracted with Lee. He goes off. So we get this great pairing of Alfred and Bullock.
Oh yeah.
And I need more
Gold
of this.
Star.
I need more of this.
Absolutely.
And that's why Bullock's like, we need to get you a badge sometime, because it was like a buddy cop duo that we should have gotten a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah. And Alfred's got, like when he puts his mind to it, he's got the cop mentality because he's like, Whisper Gang, we can go and do that because this is the place we found the owl is not actually on this map. So the court has hidden bunkers that aren't even shown on the map.
Right.
So that the whole thing leads Alfred to find brainwashed Bruce. And he's kind of stunned. He's in complete shock. And Talon knocks Alfred out. So later on, down at the precinct, here we go, and we get another Alfred interrogation scene. Right? Alfred's interrogations are the best thing about this season, I think.
There's a certain elegance to them.
They're amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Hanging Hugo Strange off the roof by his tie.
Mm-hmm. And then telling Hugo Strange that his yelling is stupid. He shouldn't be yelling. It's like, you're hanging off a building. You're going to yell a little bit. Alfred, let him yell a little bit.
Yeah. And then Alfred does, what a police officer can't do. So this is where I'm like, giving Alfred a badge might be an issue, because then he's got to abide to, some kind of code and all that.
Yeah.
And, and having Alfred just kind of be this, for the record, Harvey told Alfred to interrogate him. Didn't mention anything to any other officers. How did Alfred just go and take him out of the cell, be like, I'm taking this guy to the roof, and nobody being like, oh, I have a problem with this. Granted, a lot of the officers were not around. They were off hunting bombs and Jim and all that, but...
They gotta know Alfred by now. I mean, they're probably just like, yeah, go ahead, get him, buddy.
I mean, to be fair, the GCPD doesn't exactly follow their rules very well, so...
but this is
the only one would be Lucius.
Yeah. This is when Alfred's just like, look, I'll give you your freedom. Tell me what I want. Something a cop couldn't do. They couldn't offer that. Cops offer deals and lighter sentences and stuff, but there's still a penalty to your actions. Alfred's just like, no, you tell me what I need to know, and you go down that fire escape, and I'll just look the other way.
Mm-hmm.
So,
as soon as you wake up,
that's exactly what happens, and Alfred finds out that Bruce is in fact at Wayne Enterprises, which Alfred then kind of puts two and two together and realizes that Wayne Enterprises overlooks Union Station, and figures that's where the bomb is, alerts Harvey, and they go there. Jim is there with enraged Formula going on, and it's not enough. Right? Alfred tries to stop Bruce. He shoots the shaman, so we're maybe to believe the shaman is dead right now.
I feel like he can take a little bit more than a few shots, but it
Alfred
looked like his dying breath
earlier to shoot him dead in the face.
Yeah.
But he did not.
He put 3 in his chest, but he still ran up to Bruce and slammed the button, so...
Yeah.
It didn't work. And Jim was trying to punch the bomb to death like he normally does to his problems.
Yeah.
But then Lee smacked him with a pipe wrench.
Mm-hmm.
Which is his one weakness, I guess, right now.
Yep.
Pipe wrenches. Or just Lee?
Pipe wrenches.
Okay.
No, pipe wrenches wielded by Lee. That's very
specifically.
Very specific,
Okay.
Yeah. If it was Barnes on the virus hitting him with a pipe wrench, it wouldn't have done anything.
Nothing.
But it's only because it was Lee.
Oh, okay.
No, but the bomb goes off. We see the explosion going up straight up into the air, affects everybody in the terminal immediately, and it's just now pouring up straight up in the sky, taller than the tallest skyscrapers in Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're left to wonder how exactly this is going to affect things. And this is very reminiscent to me of the first Christian Bale movie of Batman.
Yeah, with the fear toxin.
The fear toxin. So that further makes me believe that the entity that the shaman was talking about is Ra's al Ghul.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
So I just saw a very, very overwhelming number of parallels to the first Batman movie in the Christopher Nolan trilogy in kind of this season. Like, granted, we didn't get the court in those movies, but there were a lot of other things along the way. It's just like, going out to the mountains and like wherever they were, the Himalayas, or very reminiscent to Bruce in training and all that with Ra's al Ghul then.
Mm-hmm.
So there's been a lot of kind of references, for up to that point. So, but we did get Fish Mooney this episode, and
Yeah.
damn, does she know how to make an entrance?
Yep.
Oh, little Butchie's back in love.
Tabitha was looking at him like, dude,
Oh, hell no.
she's creepy. What are you thinking?
I mean, this whole episode, like, Nigma is trying to kill Penguin. He's showing up at all the safe houses. They bribe Selena for their location. All that, and he's got an answer to all of it. But now when he gets backed into a corner, and it looks like there's literally no way out, in comes Fish Mooney. It's like, I kind of need him.
Mm-hmm.
I like how when she went to reach for him, because we know like about her cuttlefish powers. We don't know if she still has them, but like Penguin's led to assume that she still has them, and you see him kind of like jerk back, and as she's touching him, he's like, "Oh, okay, nothing's happening. All right, I'm just gonna go with this now."
Well, wasn't she like destined to die too? Like,
I thought so.
Like,
Yeah,
I thought it was killing
her.
her, and here she
Yeah.
is, and
maybe Hugo fixed a few things.
yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, has Hugo changed anything? Maybe he reverted the cuttlefish. Maybe the cuttlefish DNA that was integrated into her was what was killing her, and that is suppressed now.
Maybe, or maybe she just learned to control it, because it was kind of a power.
Yeah. It's completely possible. But I don't know. Overall, I think this was a fantastic penultimate episode. I'm actually kind of curious to see the Jim and Lee storyline going on, and I'm not on board with the Lee's evil, and that makes her a better character now. I'm not on board with that quite yet.
No, but
I'm still
it
it's piqued my interest at least.
Sure.
So
I feel like Jim's gonna kill her.
Or they'll have really, really angry sex.
I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that because Jim and her both having a dark side at the same time. They're gonna get
a lot of
a lot of that.
Pounding it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The look on Nikki's face is priceless.
That's why I did it. If Christy was here, she'd have the same face.
Yeah, I don't doubt that for one moment. But the finale, or rather, do you guys have anything else to talk about for this episode?
Not really. I'm interested to see what Mooney has, why she needs Penguin. She's always just wanted to kill him, so if she needs him for something, it's like, what do you need him for?
Yeah, that's what I want. Like, and just like what she's been doing, I'd love to know. Because she had some goons, so she's at least got goons.
Goons with big guns.
Yeah. I also I do like I like that we keep getting little nudges towards Batman, like Dom was saying. Like, even like I just thought of this, like with Alfred with the tie thing. Like, that's totally a Batman move, where like he'd be dangling something from a rope off the top of a building, like,
or by their throat.
Yeah, I mean, whatever he wants, and like I'm becoming increasingly more convinced that we actually might get Batman soon, like, or sooner than we think.
It'd be interesting.
That's my long shot.
The way Bruce is right now, they definitely would have to do a time jump and probably switch into a different actor, an older actor.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I feel like they're just gonna like pull the pin on this at some point. Just be like, oh, okay, well, it's a Batman show now, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just keep getting that idea, and it makes me really happy.
I mean, it's completely possible, or like you said too, there's a chance that they can make him another type of vigilante and
Like a
not actually,
pre-Batman.
Batman.
Yeah.
Because I could
Yeah.
totally see the series finale for this is him donning the suit for the
Okay.
first time. I think that would be a fantastic ending to it.
Yeah.
But if they didn't go that direction, and if this was something that they're to just pull the pin on, as you said, and do right away, I really would love to find out that this is actually connected to the CW verse, because even though it's on another network, the CW is a subsidiary of DC Comics, and DC does have kind of final say in all this.
Yeah.
They could make it happen if they wanted to.
Get a TV Justice League.
Yeah. So.
I mean, they're just gonna put it on another Earth anyways. So if they do that,
Doesn't matter.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
well, that's right, because Gotham is kind of like in its own little district.
Gotham's in like sort of
New-
80s.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to. It could just, that's the way Gotham could be. You know, like that's their style. Like different cities and stuff in there have different styles, and you know, like it's always dark in Arrow Town. You know, like Starling City. It's always dark
Always
there. It's
nighttime.
always nighttime. It's almost never day. Almost never. We got to see a lot of day this season. I'm kidding, but you know, and then you know, Arrow is very. I mean, Flash is very different, or whatever. But we know that Bruce Wayne or Wayne Tech at least exists in the Flash's universe.
Right.
And I would love for the CW verse to bring in Batman at some point. They've thrown so many hints to it. But I'm kind of in the same situation with Batman that I am with Spider-Man. And it's like, I'm sick of seeing the origin story and it's starting all over again and everything. Gotham is a bit of a different beast because it's a side of Gotham. It's a side of the Batman universe that we've never dealt with.
Yeah,
Right.
we've always just seen Batman punching faces and like, you know, his side of the story. We've never got to see like in depth like Gordon and Bullock and the GCPD and the people. Like it's always
it's
just
more of
Batman.
the origin of all of it. You know, it's the origin of like how everybody became to be and what the town was like before Batman and all that. And if this does become Batman at some point, I don't want to see it again. You know, I don't want to see it again in the CW verse. Like, I'd rather just take an already established canon and make that canon.
Yeah, just use this.
Kind of the way that the CW did with Constantine. Constantine was on another network. When Constantine was canceled, the CW took it in. They now show it on the CW Seed. It is canon for the Arrowverse, and they're continuing the series with a cartoon instead of another live action. So it's something that's going to be on the CW Seed. So they could absorb it. They could. It's completely possible. It's something I would like to see. So,
Sure.
But as far as the finale goes, I'm really excited with it. I don't think we're going to get Batman in this season. I'm not even sure we're going to get it next season. We do have a next season. We have season 4. That is confirmed as of this month. It was confirmed a little earlier, but yeah, we do have a season 4. So knowing that and knowing that, you know, they had time and they edit these shows up to the last week before they air. And I'm sure that they filmed alternate takes for different things. So if they knew they weren't, like, they probably filmed an ending that was kind of semi-satisfying, but not really. If they didn't get renewed, they wouldn't left us on a giant cliffhanger. But more than likely, they knew they were getting renewed going into this. So they're the season's gonna end leading into next season. So I don't think we're gonna get Batman quite yet. So, if you guys don't have anything else to add, I think that about wraps it up. So, Nikki, where can people find you?
Wait, did you not read the synopsis for next episode?
Oh, I did not. Next episode is called Destiny Calling. And the second half of it, the episode is called Heavy Dirty Soul, all one word. It's kind of a weird title. With the deadly virus spreading throughout the city, the search for the antidote continues as Fish Mooney, the Riddler, and Penguin reveal plans of their own. Bruce meets Raja Ghul, who is guest star Alexander Siding. I'm gonna have to.
It's from Game of Thrones.
Is he?
Cares? Yeah, he was the former leader of the Sand Snakes.
Okay, I see. Yeah. All right.
Interesting. So, for those of you like me who do not watch Game of Thrones, it is him.
It's me!
Yes. He looks like a pretty good Ra's al Ghul. And completes his last task in order to fulfill his destiny, but realizes he can't let go of his past. Meanwhile, Gordon tries to win back Lee, and past alliances with Gotham City are broken, while new alliances are formed. So.
Okay.
Lots happening.
Mm-hmm. So, Nikki, where can the people find you?
On Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
Awesome. John, where can the people find you?
You can find me at No More on Twitter.
And you can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM. You can find us all. And you can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, MySpace, and right here on YouTube at /ASOTV podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, games, and movies. Till next week. See you guys later.
It all goes down.
I'm yelling timber.
Hey.